Good evening, everyone. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. Today I'm going to talk about this again. I'm going to keep talking about it until some of you motherfuckers get it. There's no such thing to you Caucasian people out there and to you Negropean coons out there. There's no such thing as a black racist. Reverse racism does not fucking exist. Let me say that one more time to you racist Caucasian motherfuckers who are undercover Caucasian supremacists and you self-hating, handkerchief head, bootlicking, Negropean coons out here. Black people, as they're called, so-called black people, African Americans, cannot be racist against Caucasian people and let alone anybody else. The only thing we can be towards Caucasian people and other people and other groups of people is prejudice. React, be angry, mad as hell at them, be reactionary to racism. You understand? First off, I'm tired of you racist Caucasian motherfuckers. That's what you are. You pale skin monkey motherfuckers calling me racist. When the truth of the matter is, you're the real racist. You're the one who's really racist. You're the one. You just like people. You like my people, so-called black people, kissing your ass and sucking your dick, and licking your fucking boots and bowing down to you and worshiping you and putting you on a pedestal and speaking highly of you. When one of us don't do that, we're racist. One of us that got knowledge of self, we're racist. Love for our people, love for our culture, respect for ourselves, and don't take no shit from you, we're racist now, which is bullshit. You know our history and know the truth about you motherfuckers, and what you're doing to us presently be based on the past and what you're doing now to us, because past equals future. You want to talk about your past, but you want us to forget about our past. You want us to forget about our past, but you want to remember your past, which is your past is based on lies. You understand? But to be dismissive and about our pain and our suffering and our history, a real American history free case, that makes you a racist too. When they bring up black and white crime, when there's white on white crime, that makes you a racist. I'm going to tell you this again. To be a racist, number one, you have to eradicate a group of people. Notice us, because I speak English and I know nothing about my true heritage, really. Only just mainly European culture. You have to eradicate a group of people, strip them of their language, their religion, steal their customs, and destroy their identity and their history of who they are as a people. Number two, pay attention. You have to have wealth, power, and influence to be a racist. Number three, racism equals power. Who's in the position of power here? It ain't us. Who runs shit? Caucasian people in this country, in America, who runs shit? The Anglo-Saxon and the Jews, one and the same. Caucasian people. Number four, have in America, free K's, I'll say again, have so-called black people and every enslaved Caucasian people in America in the United States of America, in the United States of America, in the USA, have black people ever enslaved Caucasian people? Waiting for the answer. Do we have sundown towns where black people don't allow Caucasian people to come into our neighborhoods, which we own and control, and have our own government, have our own town and town council? I think that's what you call it. Our own governor. Everything's run by us as people of color. Do we make the rules and saying, hey, Caucasian people are not allowed to be here, not allowed in our town, and do we write the laws? No. No. Our Caucasian people cannot be here past 6 o'clock. If they're not, they're gonna get fucking murdered and be targeted and be made of a fucking example of. Do we celebrate the deaths and murders of Caucasian people being killed by other so-called black people? Do we have lynch mobs? I'm waiting for the answer. Have you seen black people just come in packs, just randomly hanging Caucasian males and females, and ripping them, tearing them, castrating them, genital mutilation, tying them from limb to limb, throwing their babies to alligators, killing them, cutting the Caucasian. Black people cutting the pregnant Caucasian woman's stomach open and stomping on the fetus. Are we that barbaric? Come on. That's the reason why there's no such thing as a black racist. And I can go on. Do we control the corporations? Do we control y'all Caucasian people's employment? Do we control the banks? And do we have the power to dictate, to control your life by denying you credit or denying you credit, or raising or lowering your fucking up your credit score because of the color of your skin? Do we have the ability to deny you on fucking loan? How many black banks out there who do that to Caucasian people? Really? Do we write the laws and saying that Caucasian people are not allowed in this neighborhood? We didn't make the laws last time I checked where Caucasian people were never allowed to come into our community. And we never redlined y'all. That's important. And we never had we never created segregation. Basically, we never stop and don't give me the false equivalence. We're talking about consistency. We don't go around. You don't see black women making false accusations of rape and false accusations of abuse towards Caucasian men or imaginary Caucasian men. And because black women don't go around making false rape claims against Caucasian men like Caucasian women do to so-called black men. To the point where a group of black people got together and we run this government and we bomb Caucasian towns and burn them to death, burn the churches and shit. Okay? That's real talk. You had to affect somebody's jobs, somebody's livelihood, charge them a higher interest in a loan because you don't like them, or deny them a loan. Just fuck up the credit, make it hard, or damage their credit. Racism equals power. You know what I'm saying? Black people do not have no power to do that. We don't write the laws. We never colonized y'all. We never we never done harm to y'all. We never raped y'all, pillaged y'all, maimed y'all, tortured y'all, and do any inhumane kind of treatment towards you people, Caucasian people. But you want to call us racist because we don't want to fucking put up with your bullshit because we're standing up to you? Or because we're calling you out on your racism? Now you want to play the reverse racist card that doesn't exist? And the race card is something that you made up to silence my people from calling out true racism. And some idiot wants to talk about because I want reparations because you want a handout. First of all, when somebody owes you something, y'all file for taxes. You know what? Let me tell you something. Why do y'all file for taxes? Do y'all want a handout? Because something that is owed to you, that's not a handout. My ancestors, and myself included, have built this country and made it the way it is. Slavery and Jim Crow. Reparations for slavery and Jim Crow. And guess what? You want to say, well, you want to come up with this cop-out, well, there was nobody alive during slavery and Jim Crow. The last slave was alive until 1949, and they had children. And that child from the slave, descendant of the slave, died in 2001. I don't know if they have kids, but I'm a descendant of slave. So don't come out with that you're not a slave argument, because I'm a descendant of slave, and the rest of my people are descendants of slaves. Not just in America, but in Brazil, but in Jamaica, the Caribbean, South America, even parts of Europe. And yes, you had, and I gotta break it to y'all. And yes, and black people were the first to be in Asia, Africa, Asia, Europe, and all over the world, and in America before the Native Americans came along into existence. But throughout the slavery and colonization, yeah, your reparations is owed to me and my people. And yet, and don't give me that, well, you had nothing to do with it. Well, yes, you did, because you're reaping the benefits of what your evil forefathers and mothers have done in this nation. All the way back through Britain to America. You know, if you want to get technical, my grandfather, is still alive to this day, and my mom is still alive to this day, they grew up in Jim Crow, the Jim Crow era. My grandfather is closer to slavery, so he should get his 40 acres and a fucking mule. And my mother, same thing. And since they had kids, we should get something. And guess what? Your parents were slave masters, great grandparents were slave owners or not, you are reaping the benefits of Caucasian supremacy, of slavery and colonization, and abuse and oppression and degradation of my people. Y'all, I mean, the reason why y'all racist and have the advantages that you have is because of what your evil forefathers and mothers have done. Because your ancestors are fucking evil. The system of Caucasian supremacy is evil. You have the reason why cops are the way they are is because they were once called slave patrol, and they're still doing what they're doing, killing us, lynching us. Instead of using a fucking noose, they're using a fucking gun. Recently, y'all want to say racism doesn't exist. You had this happened out in the state of North Carolina, where I live in North Raleigh, where a racist Caucasian male got nervous because there were black people minding their own business, partying, and he saw a bunch of black people partying, having a family and friends gathering, and he shot them. And he called the police, talked about calling us hooligans, criminals, and that's code for nigger. Thugs, that's code for nigger. So just because you don't use racial slurs and use certain derogatory terms, that doesn't mean you cannot be racist. Just because you don't use the N-word doesn't mean you're not a racist. You are a racist, you're just a slicker racist. I actually have more respect for you if you actually use the N-word than try to be a subtle, slick-ass, classic racist. You know, you don't see when you see us as black people, we don't pull out our guns and stuff like that, get all frantic and call the police because we see a bunch of Caucasian people. Y'all might be the skinheads, y'all might be the Klan, for all I know, and then pointing a gun at them and shooting them and killing them, and thinking that you're gonna get off. Why did that Caucasian guy think he was going to get off? Because it's George Zimmerman. And you want to talk about, well, he was half Latino. He's half Peruvian. That don't mean shit. His father is fucking Jewish. His father's a racist. His mom and his mother is nothing more than a self-hating, Caucasian-worshipping Latino-pean. And she's nothing but a colonialized coon of an idiot who worships Caucasian males. Okay? You know, you made George Zimmerman as an ordinary Caucasian man for a day because he killed Trayvon Martin. We don't go around, y'all come into our neighborhoods, we don't go around killing y'all and murdering y'all. Or we don't go into your neighborhood and starting bullshit and killing y'all for no fucking reason. And terrorizing the fuck out of y'all and raping your women and children. Like you do to us. And for another thing, tell me when of a black person ever came into a Caucasian neighborhood, all Caucasian, white suburbia, and lit a cross, burning and saying black power. You don't see so-called black people wearing hoods and sheets over their fucking heads, terrorizing Caucasian people. At least the Black Panther, and you want to put the Black Panthers and the Black Lives Matter movement into the same category when the Klan has brutalized, raped, pillaged, terrorized black people, people of color, and all people of color, all non-Caucasian people. Okay? That's a fact. Robbing, stealing, killing, maiming, and other inhumane treatment. And most of the government and the cops and politicians are parts of the Klan. But they want to talk about, oh, they're not a terrorist organization. They are the biggest. America is the biggest. They're the biggest American terrorists to ever live. And then the skinheads and the rest of these Caucasian supremacist groups. And has done nothing but harm, murdered, raped, tortured, and inhumanely killed people of color, different ethnic groups. Tortured them for no fucking reason. Lynched them. Have the Black Panther Party ever done that? Any so-called black groups done that? So you can miss me with that reverse racist crap. It don't exist. Y'all like to say racism doesn't exist. Well, reverse racism doesn't exist. But racism does exist because I just stated out the facts. All you got to do is look for your current news. And so, at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a black racist because until we start killing Caucasian people in massive numbers and getting by with it, until you have this all-black police force and owning them and all black military killing Caucasian people and raping their women and children and sodomizing the men to death, black people cannot be racist. And you can say you can hate me all you want, you can call me names, you just proving my point. I'm flagging my channel, it ain't gonna do shit because because your feelings cannot change the truth because there's other people like me speaking the truth. And I don't hate people. But I hate Caucasian supremacy and racism with a passion. Until you walk in my shoes, you can't tell me shit, Caucasian people. So you need to drink a hot glass and shut the fuck up and stop creating your imaginary pathological lying ass bullshit propaganda You just don't like the fact that people are challenging Caucasian supremacy, and Caucasian supremacy is losing. Your team is losing. And people are waking up. All people of all ethnic groups, all ethnicities, all cultures are waking up to the bullshit that you're not the good old boy and not the good old girl. I'm out. Peace.